Cooks have big brains. Humans watched fire again and again and came to understand it better. They realized that even though it was wild and ferocious, it did obey some rules. They could befriend it. They pushed a long stick towards a burning tree, and when the tip of the stick caught fire, they pulled it back again. They now had fire on a stick. The fire didn't burn them, but they could burn anything they touched with their stick. This was so useful. They could take fire with them from place to stay warm and scare lions. But there was still one big problem. People didn't know how to start a fire. Waiting for lightning to strike could be very frustrating. You could sit near a tree for a whole year and still no lightning would strike that tree. And if a lion was chasing you, you couldn't even wait 2 seconds. You needed fire now. Eventually, humans worked out how to solve this problem. One way to create fire was to knock a flint stone against another kind of stone called pyrite. If you struck the pyrite very hard, it produced a spark, and if you directed the spark towards dry leaves, they sometimes caught fire and started to burn. Another way was to find a large piece of dry wood, carve a hole in it, and put dry leaves inside the hole. Then you sharpened one end of a twig, put the sharp end into the hole, and twisted the twig between your hands very quickly for a couple of minutes. Friction caused the end of the twig to get better and hotter until it eventually set light to the dry leaves. Smoke started to drift out of the hole. Then a flame leapt up. Fire! Now, if a lion showed up, you just needed to wave your fire stick, and the lion would run away. The way humans used fire made them unique. Almost all animals depend on their own bodies for power. The strength of their muscles, the size of their teeth, or the sharpness of their claws. But thanks to fire, humans gained control of a limitless source of power that had nothing to do with their bodies. A single weak human with a fire stick could burn down an entire forest in a matter of hours, destroying thousands of trees and killing thousands of animals. But the greatest thing about fire wasn't that it drove away lions or gave people warmth and light. No, the greatest thing about fire was that it meant ancient humans could start cooking. Before humans had fire, it took a long time and a lot of effort to eat raw food. You had to break it into little pieces and chew it for a while, and even then, your stomach had to work very hard to digest it. So humans needed big teeth, a big stomach, and a lot of patience. Once humans had fire, eating became much easier. Cooking made the food soft, or it required far less time and effort to eat and digest. As a result, humans started to change. They had smaller teeth, smaller stomachs, and much more free time. You can test this for yourself. Next time someone is cooking potatoes, ask to taste a raw one. Wait, don't eat it. Just lick a tiny piece. You will probably spit it out and want to rinse your mouth out. It's hard and yucky. But cooked potatoes are delicious. In your kitchen, you most likely cook potatoes on a hob, in an oven, or in a microwave without actually making a fire. But all cooking started with an open fire. So if you enjoy baked potatoes or chips, you've got your friend fire to thank for them. Some scientists even suggest it was cooking that made it possible for the human brain to start growing. What's the connection between cooking and brains? Well, when humans spent a lot of time and energy chewing food with their big teeth and digesting it with their big stomachs, there wasn't much energy left for the brain. So the first humans, the ones with the big stomachs, had small brains. Once they started cooking, that all changed. Humans could spend far less energy chewing and digesting and had more energy to feed big brains. Their stomachs shrank. Their brains grew, and people got smarter. But we shouldn't exaggerate the difference that this made. Yes, ancient humans were now smarter. They could make tools, start fires, even sometimes hunt a zebra or a giraffe. And they could protect themselves better from lions and bears. But that was all. Humans were still just another animal. They definitely didn't rule the world.